What's going on? Vic from the Stump Shop, and check this out. In today's video, I'm going to take this, and the other piece here that forms a perfect cookie. Unfortunately, this cookie broke when I was cutting it, so I came up with something, and in this video, I'll show you what. So the first thing I'm going to do is basically use my CNC here to flatten this piece out so it's nice and obviously flat and even all around. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm actually going to push the pieces together like they were before they broke. Like, let me hook this piece in here actually, see? Nice and, there we go. All right, as close as possible. And then I'm just going to use some wood and lock them in so they can't move. And that way all three pieces will be leveled evenly instead of having to do each one on its own. Back here, I need some little shims. Okay, this turned out beautiful. So it's perfectly flat now on both sides. That's going to be the top there. I've already decided. Okay, we're going to use some silicone here to add this barrier in here and kind of glue it down using the silicone, which doesn't stick to this. So it's just perfect enough for the pour. All right, here we are back, day number 2. The reason I waited overnight was because when I put in this splitter piece here and I added the silicone, I wanted to do the standard 12 to 24-hour wait, the same way you would in a shower or a tub. You're not going to silicone and then use it right away. So the same thing I did here. Now that this is all dry, I've leveled out this mold using some shims here, made sure it's nice and level with the level. That's what a level does. And I'm going to be using this deep pour epoxy and pouring the first layer, which I'm aiming for just over a centimeter thick, then the wood piece, and then another centimeter on top to kind of finish off the piece, if that makes sense. So the mold is all set, ready to go. Let's pour that first layer. And then it's just the mixing game. All right, we're down here in the basement in the finishing nook, and this is now 3 days later. That's nice and hard, ready to go. So I brought the wood down also. I'm going to be placing it into, the design I want. Then you just play around with the design a little, make sure the gaps are all even. Actually, so I take a stirring spoon and attach it to my drill and just mix up the epoxy like that. Way quicker. So basically this time I'm just kind of pouring it over the piece. What that'll do is once that hardens, hopefully it'll soak in a little and prevent bubbling on the further stages when I'm sealing this up. So now we're going to add another liter right onto this piece. All right, that looks fantastic. Let's take one more quick look and then I'm going to cover it up just so no dust and stuff gets in there. But that's how we're looking. I'm going to let that dry for the next couple of days. All right, here we are down here in my finishing nook where I was working on this piece. So let's take a look now that all the epoxy's done. It hardened very well. Now, the problem is I noticed literally one bubble here that's for me unacceptable. I don't even know if you could tell in the video, but otherwise this came out so awesome. So the next step now is I'm going to take it out of the mold. I'm going to take it up to the garage and the shop to work on that. But what happens is because of that little bubble here, I'm going to have to sand that out, but I was going to have to sand it anyways because here there's going to be a silicone imprint along the edges. It's going to be very sharp when I take it out of the mold. So I'm going to sand it down to a super fine grit and then finish off with one final clear coat, like a flood coat, they call it. So it'll just fill in all the little scratches. Let's get to work. Oh my goodness. This thing is quite heavy. I guess in the end, it's like 3 inches of epoxy with a big piece of wood in the middle. So obviously it's going to be heavy, but let's get this thing out of the mold. All right, now to do that, we're going to use this rubber mallet and cap the side so that it kind of unsuctions. First, I'll take this clamp off. This was used to hold the divider. Actually, they come with a mold like this, comes with dividers like this, so you can make the piece whatever size you want, or if you're working on a cutting board, or even coasters if you want, like really thin. But you do have to silicone these into whatever size you want. And obviously it didn't leak at all. So that's awesome. Now, this is the fun part. That's crazy. Now, this doesn't matter at all, but look at the bottom. Uneven epoxy absorption, and then the bubbles. That would be so bad on the top, but the top actually has just that one tiny one I mentioned. And then this one I noticed snuck through on the side. And there's literally nothing you could do about that because look how deep it is in. So I'm not going to be sanding off like half a centimeter there just to get rid of a bubble. But that doesn't matter. That's the bottom. And these are going to be the legs.